I am an idealist who for years was right there with you, Richard, right there with you about how ridiculous religion is. Let me give you an example. I think you should understand and be familiar with what I'm saying. David Deutsch gave a TED Talk on good explanations. And I think you were probably even in the audience when this happened. That criteria that he gave me through the TED Talk, through the meme of his TED Talk, the meme inside that TED Talk was good explanations. And I understand that you use similar criteria for how you criticize religion. I'm right there with you. Most of this garbage is absurd and it's all human. And that's somebody who treated their life, decades of it, as a complete fool, who has come to that goal, to that understanding. I have understood, I can see. See, the problem originally when I started doing this work is I could see how it works. I couldn't explain it because I had to simplify it. But if somebody like me can make that kind of goal, it was your discovery. Memetics is your discovery. And I even think, because when I listen to you, I'm listening to the God delusion again, as I said, and I hear you describe the God of Einstein, and I hear you identify with and sympathize with or empathize with the God of Einstein. So I know you're right there. I know you're right there. We are not far apart. I recognize with you the ridiculous nature of how human beings have been religious. And look at how the flavor of religion is changing in this world today. Because one of the most recent examples is woke. I call my channel Awakenings Are Weird, but it is anything but woke. Woke doesn't discuss this. This woke discusses what kind of fucking jeans you're wearing. It's weird. It's pointless and weird. That has nothing to do with awakenings. But understand that there are millions of people right now who are convinced they are waking up when all they're doing is subverting themselves to another religion. Look at the flavor that has changed in the memetics of human mind. And it is still just as ridiculous as it always was. I'm right there with you. I'm someone who has come to this understanding. This is what I've understood. It took me a long time to get here. And this is what I'm choosing to do with it. Because, look, I live in a world where I could take this kind of understanding and beat people's asses with it. I could just control as much as I want until I get as much as I want, and then I fall in scandal, maybe go to prison, or maybe just retire to my island. I could use this in other ways. I recognize that, and I've made the decision to go this direction. I'm using what I have and starting where I am. But imagine if that switch was flipped in you. It's important to have goals. Could you imagine? I'm 50 minutes in, right? Could you imagine if, and I'm playing, right? This is begin play. This is well after that. If the thing that changed in mind, in human mind, was that this dipshit from Wisconsin finally figured out that he had to stop some bad habits that were making him act like an idiot, was the thing that led to the flipping of that switch in your head. And it's only possible because I obsessed over memetics for decades. Anybody who has known me long enough and has actually had conversations with me will probably remember times where they were just saying something. And I said something like, oh, well, that's just memetics. And they will look at me like, what the fuck is he talking about?